How's it going, everybody? For today's beer review, we're going to be taking a look at Green Flash Brewery's Green Bullet, a triple India Pale Ale. So what we have here is a triple India Pale Ale, which means this is going to be some potent stuff. And this comes from Green Flash Brewery. Now, this is a brewery that I've only had one beer from before, and it's this IPA, but I've had it a couple times. I had this on tap at the Ginger Man in Dallas, and it was awesome. And I've had it out of the bottle a couple of times too, I won't lie, so it's going to be a pretty positive beer review. Before I get started on the beer review, if you watched back a couple of videos ago, I alluded to something special and big happening in upcoming videos, and I want to go ahead and tell you that this is going to be my last beer review video for about 2 weeks or so. And the reason being for that is I am taking a trip, actually just later on this day, in a few hours actually, to Chicago. I'll be going by train, and I plan to do a couple of beer reviews in my cabin on the train, so that'll be kind of interesting. And I'm going to be touring a couple of breweries. I'll try to take some video if I can, but so far on the agenda, I'll be touring Revolution Brewery. I'll be touring Three Floyds Brewery in Indiana, and possibly Goose Island Brewery in Chicago also. New Glarus Brewery in Wisconsin, and maybe even Founders or Bell's in Michigan. I don't know if those two, but for sure I will be visiting Revolution, New Glarus, and Three Floyds breweries. So it's going to be really awesome. Not to mention, I'll be checking out all the beer stores in Chicago, Wisconsin, and Indiana, and Michigan if I end up going. I'm not sure if I am or not. So I'll be bringing back a huge, massive haul of some really rare, awesome, good stuff. This will be my first time going up north during the winter time. So it's going to be cold as hell, obviously, but it's going to be exciting because this is when all the good stouts and stuff are out that I like. So it should be awesome. But anyway, I'm probably not going to be able to post anything while I'm on the train or while I'm in Chicago. So it's probably about 10 days or so before I'm able to post more beer reviews for you guys. So just want to let you know that. But anyway, let's get on with this beer review. So on the bottle it says New Zealand dry hopped. I don't know if that's a method or they use some sort of hops from New Zealand. It says taste enlightenment, and it says Kiwi hop arsenal, Pacific Gem, and Green Bullet. Enjoy in this glass, and it's specifying a specific glass that I don't own, but I don't really care to either. It's a pretty basic glass. Then we have the information. It says high caliber triple IPA. With the aim of finding new and unique ingredients, we honed in on New Zealand grown Pacific Gem and Green Bullet hops to create this adventurous triple IPA. Green Bullet leaps onto your palate with bold, spicy pine and citrus flavors, including tropical notes of mango and pineapple. This aggressive yet well-balanced finish will stun the senses of even the most skilled hop hunter. Comes in at 10.1% alcohol by volume, so that is massive, and you'll be feeling it after one, two of these, and you'll probably be tipsy, if not farther along than that. It says 100 plus IBUs, very bitter. Visit greenflashbrew.com. No more information on there. I'm actually going to be drinking this out of my IPA glass. I mean, if it's any IPA, even the most special IPAs, I drink them out of this glass. So anyway, let's get the cap off of here, and it says inside, share with friends. Well, I've only got one bottle right now, so I'm not sharing it with anybody. Straight out, it's a nice peach sort of color. I'm going to pour it fairly aggressively. Normally, I don't condone pouring an IPA too aggressive because you're bound to have them foam up like crazy and spill over the edge. But with something like this, with the alcohol being that high, I don't think you have to worry so much with the head foaming up. The color on this, I would call it kind of like honey gold, almost like apple juice, sort of. It formed about a finger of pretty dense, thick, slightly off-white head, but the bubbles in it are huge. And there's not too terribly many streaming up, so the head's probably not going to stick around long, due in part to that alcohol being so high. Smell. Definitely the pineapple and mango, as they said. There's also an interesting spice to it, kind of. Very vegetal and herbal. Plenty of hops. Not overly sweet though. The smell is almost bitter. And it almost has like some peppery sort of spices to it in the smell, which is interesting. It smells pretty good. Let's give it a taste. Nice. This is what I would call a bitter forward or bitter biased IPA. This is not one of those overly sticky sweet IPAs. Has a very thin body, which is nice for this kind of beer. It's a very thirst quenching beer. Up front, semi-sweet pineapple and mango and hops. And that fades into very, very bitter hops on the back end of it. It's got plenty of grapefruit. And there is a little bit of a malty backbone on it also, which is nice also. But it definitely is a bitter one. It is very bitter and it lingers for a while. It's still bitter. Me personally, I love having a balance of IPAs. Sometimes I like to have, a really, really sweet, rich, thick IPA like a Burton Baton from Dogfish Head or something like that. And sometimes I like to have those real bitter, thin, thirst-quenching IPAs, which is what this is. And I can't call it sessionable because, 10% alcohol, but in taste, it is sessionable. I could drink through a few of these. When you have something really, really sweet, it's nice, but you sip on it slowly, and you don't want to drink a whole bunch of them. But this is something kind of, as far as its taste goes, is quite sessionable. And the alcohol in it, it's really not that present. They've masked the alcohol well, which is impressive for it being so high. So for a rating, this is definitely an A IPA. I would probably rate this at like a 9.4 out of 10. It's very, very good. And if you're into those kind of beers, then I would suggest trying it. It's a little difficult to find. It only comes in a 4-pack, so it's more of a specialty kind of beer. But do make sure that you are into very bitter IPAs. This is not a sweet one. This is definitely not a starter IPA. You need to have a lot of experience under your belt to enjoy this one and really enjoy those bitter flavors. But anyway, that has been my review of Green Flash Brewery's Green Bullet Triple India Pale Ale. Hope you guys enjoyed my beer review as always, and stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you right back after I come back from Chicago.